When you work with a new client, what are some of the areas that you are beginning to explore?
Like I was just saying, integration is the most important piece to kind of, bring parts of this ship, let's say, here's a metaphor, right, together. So the most important thing is to help a client understand the experience they're having, which is the human experience we're all having. Meaning, we have a brain. We are not our brain. We are that which has one. And we are able to be in control of how it works for us. Meaning our brain is a beautifully designed organ that keeps us alive, is one of its main functions. And how it does that is it starts firing off messages to us from our monkey mind, our animal brain, our amygdala, for safety. And more often than not, those messages will get in the way of us doing something new, extraordinary, and full of value, what we hold value to. Because it's scanning for risk. Our brain scans the room for risk, right? It's called a negativity bias in psychology. And when there is an unknown, our brain will read that as risk. Especially when what we're trying to work towards or get to is something we hold to a high value, AKA our dream or our vision. We have that we attach value to. It has meaning and purpose to us, and we have to find a way to express that. And so inherently on the road of here I am right now and here's what I want to do, that gap in between is a huge unknown risk. And our brain will work in overtime to stop us from taking that road. Not because it's trying to sabotage us. This is why another metaphor is self-sabotage. Like, what does that even mean? It's not trying to, it's doing its job. It's doing its job well. But we get to detach from those thoughts that are telling us risk and actually observe and evaluate what it's saying and choose. We have a choice. We always have a choice. When we're choosing to move toward our vision, that's when we are demonstrating resilience, when we are really on our hero's path, which, and I know that's such a popular thought, and it's part of what coaching is, keeping you on your hero's journey, meaning regardless of the inherent risk that comes with going for your dream, you're going to do it anyway. And regardless of the fear that will come up, because that will come up, and the discomfort that comes from growth, this is personal growth, we're going to do it anyway. Because there is no other choice. The other choice is to stay stuck or to stand still or to let the dream die. And so when you're faced with that choice, which is the more interesting avenue to walk down, it's going to be your hero's journey. So when I start to work with new clients, I bring a lot of that information in to help people see in a bigger picture scope what the human experience is, and that it's okay that we're human, and that it doesn't mean we're getting in our own way or sabotaging ourselves. It means that there's areas that we can focus on to give us a clear path forward.
So let's say I reach out to you and I say, I'm a fine artist. I have a day job in accounting, but I really want to, show my work in galleries. I have a lot of, let's say, family conditioning that says you can't make money as an artist. Mm-hmm. And I'm feeling like very held back by my own thoughts about that as well. How would you begin to work with me? I realize I'm just throwing out this hypothetical, but.
That's a really great hypothetical. I literally am working with a fine art client with the same stories.
Oh, wow.
We start to examine, it's amazing.
Okay.
We start to examine the stories. We want to see, again, back to observation, like what is this part saying? What is it saying? And is that true? Asking ourselves at the core of that fear, once we've gotten to the root of what that fear is, if it's true or not about us, is the surrender moment. We have to get to that moment before we're able to move forward down a different path. And getting to that surrender moment requires a dismantling of the story that we came in with, whatever that is. You can't make money off your art. Is that true?
Not for everyone, obviously.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And to challenge it a little bit, not yourself. The way that this monkey mind function works, the way that it works so exquisitely is it takes information, which I call evidence, and it makes it mean something about us. we identify with our monkey mind. You know, here's an example. Only 20 people came to my first performance. Maybe I'm not meant to be a musician. It takes evidence. It makes it mean something about us. This is a real case I worked on with a client. When we told the truth, we started to see, because they were so nervous, it was their first performance, it's a huge dream they have, they didn't tell their friends about it. They didn't market it. They didn't email the venue and ask them to send an email blast. They were stuck behind fear, and they didn't take that step. So the turnout wasn't what it might have been. So instead of it meaning I shouldn't be a musician, what it means is, oh, there's still work to do on my path. There's so much for me to do. That's great. I'm so clear on what that next step is. They played a show a month and a half later, and all they did, because it was still a big fear for them, so their small step was to just email their friends, and their friends brought their friends and their roommates, and there were so many more people at this show just by one small step. And suddenly they started to see they made that possible. You know, the power's in your hands. So to dismantle from that monkey mind story and get to the core of it and ask if it's true is the process of telling the truth. And it's not about you. That's what the ego is the monkey mind it wants to hold on to. It's not about you at all. It's just your brain trying to keep you safe. It's just doing what it does.
So if I'm that same fine artist and I say, you know what, Sasha, I'm about to get a promotion and it could really change my life, but part of me, and there's the word part of me that we were talking about, the metaphor, realizes like this is a silly dream wanting to do this art thing. Like I should just do it as a hobby. But part of me just doesn't feel satisfied at this job.
That's a great question. Well, life is not black and white. This is not an either or disjunction that they're at, even though it seems that way. But why not take the promotion or negotiate the terms of that promotion so you still have time to make your art, whatever it is that you need? And why not continue to explore what it might be like to be placed in a gallery or court an agent while you're safe and happy and secure in the job that you know? Why not both until there comes another junction on your path where another decision is in front of you? But life is not black and white. We don't need to choose either or. We do need to feel safe and supported, especially as artists, to be enabled to explore the path of artistry. So if that means taking a promotion and negotiating the terms of that, and that gives you the freedom and the platform to continue exploring your potential career as a fine art painter, then that's the choice that you made right now. And you're absolutely able to make that choice.
Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Here is a complimentary question from our book Story Questions.